How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually going to be talking about this new Olympic virtual series that I guess the Olympics is doing this year. I honestly have no idea. This is the first I'm kind of hearing about it, and I just saw this article on Car and Driver and I figured I'd share it with you guys. And also, it feels like I haven't made a video in a long time, even though I just put something out this past Tuesday, because for those who actually don't know, I am still in college as of right now, and it is my finals week this week, so I apologize for missing Thursday's upload this week, but hopefully I could, get back on schedule as soon as my school is done, and it's literally going to be done with this coming week. So again, I apologize for that. I feel like I haven't really uploaded that much to the channel as of late, but I did just see this article, and this isn't going to be the most informative video on the subject, so definitely let me know down in the comments below if you guys know more about this. But I just figured I'd share this with you guys because I thought it was really cool and really interesting, and I definitely want to hear what you guys have to think of this as well. And before we actually talk about this article today, I did just want to remind you guys that I am going to be doing my very first giveaway on the channel. Pretty much once we hit 1,500 subscribers on the channel, I'm going to be giving away $100 worth of my merchandise to one subscriber and one subscriber only. Now, all you have to do to get entered is just subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be picking from my subscribers with either a live stream or a video. I haven't really figured it out yet, but we're a little over 100 subscribers to 1,500, so it would help me out a lot if you were to go down there and subscribe. And also, if you do just want to support the channel monetarily, I do have the link to my merchandise site down below in the description. So just go down there, click the link. I don't have a lot of designs out right now, but it definitely would support the channel and I'd appreciate it a lot. So now anyways, now that that's over, I did want to kind of talk about this article on Car and Driver. Again, the two articles that I'm going to be talking about in this video are also going to be linked down in the description below. So you can see from the title, the Olympic Virtual Series qualifying opens today on Gran Turismo Sport. This was put out on the 13th, so this past Thursday, and I thought it was really interesting because this pretty much talks about just e-racing in general, like this article, and the whole process of this whole kind of Olympic Virtual Series qualifying round. And I do think it's really cool that they're using Gran Turismo Sport because I feel like a lot of people play that game. The last Gran Turismo I had was actually 6, but I do know that a lot of people play that game on console, PC, etc. And I'm pretty sure Gran Turismo Sport was also used for a bunch of other different e-racing events throughout this past year when everything kind of shut down last spring, and everyone from NASCAR, Formula 1, etc. was moving on and trying to keep their schedule going with their competitions, but doing everything through e-racing. So for right here it says from May 13th to the 23rd, Gran Turismo Sport players 18 years and older, and then in these countries I guess it's just 21 years and older, can qualify for the Olympic Virtual Series World Final in a time trial event. The top 16 drivers from around the world will battle for their spot on the podium. Up to 7 different drivers will represent Europe, Africa, and the Middle East collectively, 2 from North America, and then 2 from Central and South America, and 4 from Asia, and 1 from the entire Oceania region, so I guess Australia or whatever. Australia, New Zealand, but this is really, really cool. Also, the World Final will be broadcasted live on YouTube through Gran Turismo TV's, I guess, YouTube channel on the 23rd of June. So, I mean, honestly, me personally, how I feel about e-racing, I think there's nothing that can really replace actual racing. The smell, the feeling, the danger of actual, motorsports. But I think this is definitely really interesting, and obviously we're seeing insane markets through video games over the past couple of years. Obviously, Fortnite is something that blew up, and obviously that has nothing to do with e-racing, but I'm using Fortnite as an example because even though a lot of people my age and older don't really take something like that seriously, but there is a huge market in that game in particular. I know they're Call of Duty has their own esports Call of Duty League or something for Warzone they have. So I think that it's really cool that Gran Turismo is kind of given this opportunity by this Olympic Virtual Series event. Now, to kind of talk more about the Olympic Virtual Series, I'm going to talk about this article. And basically the International Olympic Committee makes landmark move into a virtual sports by announcing first ever Olympic virtual series. So this is the first time this is ever going to happen, and it's pretty much, I'm assuming it's going to be like there's still going to be the obviously the real Olympic Games, not to demote this or anything, but they're going to have the regular Olympics, but I believe this Olympic virtual series, it's, as you can see, it's going to include international federations and game publishers in baseball, cycling, rowing, sailing, and motorsport. So obviously that one article on Car and Driver that's only focusing on the motorsport, and I don't really want to talk about the other sports that much, but it will take place before the Olympic Games in Tokyo this summer. And for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't really been keeping up with their Olympic news, basically the Olympic Games of Tokyo 2020 was obviously canceled last year for obvious reasons. But they are actually going to be hosting, I guess they're still going to be calling them the 2020 Olympic Games, or maybe 2021 Olympic Games, but they're going to be starting this year on the 23rd of July. So this Olympic virtual series is actually going to go from, again, the 13th of May to the 23rd of June. So it's going to be right before the actual Olympics. And I'm assuming the International Olympic Committee is actually just doing this because they see the market in esports. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, obviously they're still going to hold the regular Olympic Games, so I don't think it's something that is really like a concern for COVID or anything. Like, I'm basically saying that I don't think COVID is the reason why they're doing this. I think the main reason that they are doing this is because they see the like really growing international market for esports, whether again it's motorsports or rowing, baseball, or cycling. I do think it's really odd that they're doing it with like something like baseball and rowing and cycling. I can kind of see, I guess, sailing too, but I don't know how. I guess, yeah, it's just, again, this is like really new to me. It's new to a lot of people. I'm not super into esports and e-racing in general. I did actually meet someone who sells like e-racing rigs during like the last time I was actually at the track at the Pocono Raceway. I'll leave the link to that video up on top of the video right now. I didn't really talk to him, and I unfortunately didn't include his product in that video, but I did have a short conversation with that man, and obviously he's invested in e-racing a lot, and he was just talking about how it's a very huge thing in like Australia. Like, they love it in Australia, and again, it's growing in Europe, Asia, and the Americas, basically all around the world. It's growing, so this is something that's pretty exciting. Obviously, I don't really want to see e-racing or esports actually be a substitute for the real thing. I think that you can have e-racing and actual motorsports kind of coexist, and I think there's pros and cons to both. Obviously, with e-racing, you're not going to have racers dying or like getting terribly injured. You're not going to really have the risk of that. But with actual motorsports, it's actually real. There is that risk factor. There's a whole bunch of other factors and pros and cons about them, but the biggest thing I like of actual motorsports over e-racing is that it's actually real. So that being said, let me know what you guys think about e-racing in general, e-racing compared to motorsports, and also let me know what you think of this new Olympic virtual series that is going to happen before the Olympic Games this summer in Tokyo. But anyways, like always guys, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.